Hey y'all, and welcome to another live. Cam and I had to jump back on after what we just watched on Love Island. So should we start first with, and if you don't want to start here, feel free to redirect. Should we start? I'm sorry. Why am I hearing back? Are you hearing something in the back?
Yeah.
Okay, you are we good now? Yeah, we good. Say something.
Hello.
Okay, I was just trying to make sure we don't have an echo.
You just okay.
That's on your side.
There's no echo.
Yeah, there's feedback on my side.
Redo this live, please. Hello.
Say something now.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Oh, I know where it's I know where it's coming from. I know where it's coming from. All right, say something now.
Hello.
Okay, we're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. All right. Where do you want to start? Let me ask you this. Let's start with the recouplings. Did the recouplings go exactly how you thought they would go?
No, I don't think it did.
Now, not the voting off, but the recoupling themselves. What did not go the way you thought it would go?
I thought Taylor was gonna get kicked out because he realistically he's the one that should get kicked out. It's kind of pulling like last season, Janae.
Wait,
Well,
wait,
not
wait,
really.
wait. Wait. Before you get into like the kickoff part, like just saying the new people who had to be recoupled, like what's the guy, Jalen and Iris. Did you feel like that recoupling went just like what we had expected? Like Jalen was going to get with Olandria and Iris was going to get with Hooter. I mean, Iris was going to get with Jeremiah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm sorry. I just wanted to see if there was anything happened with that part of it that you thought was like not what you thought. Okay, so let's get to the real deal tonight. Taylor, you thought Taylor should have went home?
Yeah. Just because I mean there's no progress at all. And like Huda, I feel like no matter how people feel about her, Huda was gonna stay because they have the strongest connection, no matter what people say. Because it gets to a point if people keep talking about, oh, they need to explore more, they need to explore more, they need to explore more. When it gets further into the experience, that really can't be your excuse anymore. Because it's kind of like, are you just jealous because you don't have a connection? Because it gets to a point. I get saying that the first couple of days, but once y'all are hitting that 2 week mark and they're still together, it's you really can't force them into exploring other people and automatically thinking it's going to work out. Like it doesn't make any sense to me at all.
See,
But
I honestly think, I mean, I think you're 100% right. And I think if Taylor would have gone home, I didn't want to see Taylor to go home because, we like Taylor. But I like Taylor. But to your point, he's there, but there's no real connection.
like at all.
There's no real connection. And it's so weird because that little conversation that Olandria had with Taylor about, I don't like anybody coming on to me too fast and I'm kind of fine with us. That felt like some kind of traction. But up until then, I mean, they were acting like cousins.
Yeah.
So I think when Amaya chose Charlie, I don't understand that.
I don't either. She should have easily picked Taylor so it could even it out and figure out what the producers were going to do if they had a tie, because you were just talking with Homegirl trying to be like, well, I think Charlie was just acting out of his emotions, yada, yada, yada. Y'all just had an in depth conversation, heart to heart. And then you come over here saying, sorry, like, I want Charlie to get kicked out. That makes no sense to me.
Yeah. I don't understand that. I don't understand that because and I don't if I was Hannah, Amaya and I wouldn't I don't know if we could talk anymore.
No. And then along with backstabbing your friend, I hope this next season, or not next season, next episode, that Jeremiah also talks with Nick for trying to get Huda off also.
Oh yeah.
Because Nick, I mean, Jeremiah has just been talking good things about Nick this whole time. That's my brother. I want you to tell him that you have a kid because he's the closest connection I have. Nick is one of the only, or no, he is the only other dude that knows that she has a kid. Y'all opened up in a whole nother level having this kumbaya thing. And then you say you want to kick her out. So
Right.
I hope people online don't try to shove away what Nick did too, because Nick is fake also.
Yeah, Nick is fake because and Nick is not he's not as straight up with his like Ace is kind of like what we talked about earlier on our earlier live. He tries to package it up in a more I'm a nice guy kind of thing, not all slimy and kind of like how Ace comes off sometimes to me. But yeah, because you saw on Jeremiah's face, he instantly knew who Nick was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't understand why the guys have such a problem with if Jeremiah is like out head over heels or whatever he is with Huda. What is it to you?
I don't understand it to me. Like
I mean,
I don't understand it. I feel like Jeremiah is honest, or not Jeremiah, that Ace is just a big hater. Like I'm telling you, I got what he was saying when it was those first couple of episodes, but it
mhm.
gets to a point, it's like, what is your obsession with really wanting to break this couple up?
I mean, it's almost like let it go.
Yeah, everybody knows, like, yes, they are going into it fast, but what good thing do you think you're going to get with this long into the process? And you know that they have a good connection. You know, obviously, it's a big enough connection for the producers to schedule them a date outside of the villa. And they're the only couple that did that. That says another thing. So
Yeah,
it's like, why do you want them to break up so much? Why do you feel like you have the final word? You feel like you know it all and you can't even get in a relationship yourself at
yeah,
all, inside the villa and outside the villa. He says he's never been in a relationship. And it's hard for me to believe that America is not seeing it. And even the people in the villa cannot see that Ace is a sneaky man, a very sneaky man. He will try to, this is the one time based off the preview, him and Jeremiah finally lash out. But throughout the whole thing, talking behind his back, trying to boost up Jeremiah, like, yeah, Jeremiah, that's my dude. But going to every single person talking crap about him and Huda. That is so trash. I don't care what type of stance you have on them. You just met these people and you're already trying to turn people against each other.
that's true.
So the only thing that I think pinpoints to it is you're jealous at the end of the day. And don't let Ace figure out that Huda got a kid. Oh my God. Oh my God. I couldn't even imagine what he would say out of his mouth.
Because he doesn't know that yet, does he?
No.
Oh boy.
So he does not need to know about that at all. At all. Cause if he does, like, he better find out once he get kicked off. Then he can find out.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it's like he is the type, he just keep yada 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 talking talking talking. And people, me personally, and hopefully a couple more people, if they have some sense, just want him to shut up and pack his stuff and go.
Well, how you really feel about it?
He's so aggravating. Like, why do you put your energy towards this so much? Just let them be, or have their rose colored glasses on. Let them have it. They're putting themselves in that situation. They already know what it is. People have, some of the girls, some, not all, are like, it's going a little fast. If they want to push it off and keep those rose colored glasses on, let them do that. You can't change that just because they want to.
No, and it would that how Huda reacted to America's vote. She was shocked as hell for real.
Mm-hmm.
You could tell she was just like, well, she even said it. What the you know what? I mean, she was just like, she was just her mind was blown that that had happened.
Mm-hmm. And that connects to back what who said it? Orlando at the end was like, America is seeing some things that we don't see. And that
Yeah,
is true.
yeah,
Because I'll
that
say,
is
like,
true.
I'll give a little bit of room. Like, Huda, there are some of the things that she says that could easily be fixed if her and Jeremiah had a true, authentic conversation and let each other talk without cutting them off,
Yeah,
hearing them, absorbing what they're saying, and trying to break it down. Even if you don't agree with it, force yourself to try to understand at least a little bit. And that can solve the issue because all of the stuff that they've blown up about is little small things.
that's
And it's
true.
not and it's not like people need to stop acting like couples have not blown up about small things. Especially how fast they were going. They don't act like all couples got everything together. That most couples don't have a lash out part like that. Because I guarantee you, some couples and some maybe even married today have went through a phase that they're lashing out about the stupidest stuff.
That's true.
So
That's
it's
true.
just like give them a little bit of grace, hopefully, but give them grace enough to the point that it's y'all have an authentic conversation. You know what's wrong. You know what you need to fix. Give them a little bit of time to test if they can fix it. And then if they cannot fix it after a true, authentic conversation, then do what you want to do. But you got to give them a little bit of grace. They're just meeting these people. They're just trying to figure out how these people talk. They're trying to figure out how they work. They're trying to understand their mannerisms. You're learning so much about a person that you want to be in a relationship with. It's a lot coming towards you.
It is because I look at Huda and Jeremiah and I said, okay, y'all would not last to a couple. Y'all would not last as a couple. That's how it appears to me. That's just my perception, right? But at the same time I say that, I look at everybody else on the island and I'm like, but y'all not in a couple at all.
Exactly. That's the thing too. Like people don't like. Okay, if this was last season, first of all, I couldn't see none of this stuff happening this season happening last season. That's one because all of this, like you said in the previous live, it's given high school. It's
Mm,
given just like. What are y'all talking about? Like, I don't understand. Like, you just talking crap about this person. Now you're like, oh my God, like, I just really like them. Or like, oh, I really like them, but I'm gonna go kiss this other person. Like, y'all driving my mind insane. Okay. But
yeah.
it's just like last season, Kayla and Aaron. Everybody know what happened at the end, all the crazy stuff, okay? But
Mhm,
Kayla and
mhm.
Aaron were coupled up the whole time.
That's true.
Serena and Cordell, I'm pretty sure were coupled up the whole time.
That's true.
Who I think that's it. I feel
And
like I'm
remember with Serena and Cordell, the guys were trying to encourage Cordell to talk to somebody else because she wasn't giving him like no signs that she was interested in him. So the guy is this
exactly.
just a guy thing?
And then now, but the thing is this now you have a couple that they're showing that they're 10 toes down, and now it's an
True.
issue. I get it being an issue the first couple of days. I get it. But once you realize nothing's gonna budge, y'all just need to understand nothing's gonna budge. Like y'all just need to understand that. Why force them out of something that they don't want to be forced out of and you think it's gonna be more successful?
Yeah.
What common sense is that?
Yeah, if they're not gonna budge, whether you think y'all, how could y'all be in love so quick? Why you so butthurt about it?
Yeah, why are you bothered? Let them be. Let them be.
Now I'm saying all that, but I also did vote. I did vote for Iris to be coupled with Jeremiah.
Yeah, no.
I did vote that way because I wanted to shake them up. Now I didn't want I didn't want her to go home. I just wanted them. Well, we didn't know they were going to be sending somebody home tonight. I didn't want her to go home, but I did vote for him to be recoupled with Iris because I just wanted to shake them up a little bit.
Yeah, no. I said that Iris needs to couple up with Ace, mainly because Ace looks like a happy little dog anytime some new girl comes in. And then on top of that, I wanted to cut it off with him and Shelly. Like, whatever you say about Austin, okay, I would rather her and Austin be together and then potentially another bombshell coming in and being able to take Shelly. That's what I want. I don't want it to be a thing that's like Shelly is with Ace. Something blows up. You realize he doesn't like her anymore. He's pursuing someone else. And then now she's single and vulnerable. I don't want that. And I feel
I'm
like that's
with
gonna
you.
happen with every single girl that gets with Ace is gonna get to a point that it's gonna be with Amaya. Y'all don't have a good dynamic, or at some point you're going to be single and vulnerable. Like Ace, I think Ace gets so frustrated with Jeremiah is because they are complete polar opposites. Jeremiah puts his all into something while Ace is too hesitant throughout the whole process. This is one thing that I give Taylor and Orlando props for. At least they stuck with it. You saw there was nothing going somewhere, but at least they stuck with it.
That's
Ace,
true.
every single time a new girl comes in, then he goes to the couple, I just want to explore other options. You know what I mean? Da, 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 da. Like, stop talking. Like, actually give somebody your time of day. Show them that you're actually interested once you get them. You do all of these props trying to get them, but then once you have them, you want to move on.
Now, see, that's the thing too, because if you can't hold on for a few days, then there's no way we would ever be able to make it in no real relationship. Because even though Shelly knew Austin and Ace were both coming after her, look how fast Ace has pretty much moved on.
That part.
He has already pretty much moved on. Because you see how Shelly's looking at him like, oh, it's like that, bruh. You know, she's giving him that look. Yeah, it's like that. So you better make a mental note, honey. And if you don't really want Austin, then you better keep your eyes open for whoever's coming in here next because Ace is not it.
That part. And Shelly dear, girl, you are that girl. Okay. One thing I don't want is a black queen to show up in a show and you get like you look stupid with a dumb man. I don't want you in that situation. Okay. When you see that he came and gave this girl breakfast and didn't give you a
Didn't
single
give her
god dang
nothing.
thing,
Not a
a single
biscuit.
thing, and I'm
Mm,
not even a biscuit, not a grain of freaking egg, something. There's nothing, nothing. And I leave a little bit of room for producers, but I feel like producers wouldn't leave out something that big.
yeah.
I feel like they wouldn't. So, girl, you that type that's like, I know my worth. I know this. I know that. Girl, you better lock down with Austin and then wait for the next one to come in or actually try to make a connection with him or something. But
And
Ace
see,
got to go.
and that makes me like Ace even less because it's kind of like you put on all this, oh, I'm planning a yoga party, oh, I'm planning a this and that and all this, and you doing all this like trying to get Shelly because you're so interested when you're really not that interested. Ace, you almost, to me, it's like you just playing a game. You are clearly playing a game.
And he
Clearly.
talk about everybody else playing the game. Boy, you really playing the game. I'll
Mhm.
tell you this. Throughout the Love Island seasons that I've watched from the time that it was originally on Netflix transition into Peacock, me personally, at least the seasons I've seen, I have not seen somebody struggle this much to make a goddamn connection. It's either or lock in with a connection. I've seen either you're in a couple or you're not in a couple.
Mm.
And it's just night and day. But Ace is in this thing. You can be in a couple. Nobody's saying you can't be in a couple, but you're choosing not to give that time and dedication to truly getting to know the person once you're coupled up.
And then you act like you're doing it because, I just want to remain open. And I don't, when I look at people getting all locked in so early, that's just bullshit to me. And I'm so glad tomorrow night that Jeremiah's going to cuss him out
I
because
hope.
Jeremiah, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I was just gonna say. I hope he cusses him flat out. Like, don't do no doggy stuff. Like, why would you say that? Why would you say no? Like, cuss him flat out. Cuss him out and bring Nick over and cuss him out too. This got me so mad. Like, I can't. This has been so aggravated.
Oh my God, because you know what? All that playing around that Ace is doing, he has the audacity to he's judging Jeremiah hard.
Yeah,
All
like, yeah.
all the faces he was making on the couch tonight, all of the rolling his eyes and all of that. And I'm like, oh,
And
you
it's like
are
you
just a piece of
can't.
work.
He is, and you can't let a brother live. You can't let a
No.
brother live. And
Mm-mm.
he's saying, "Oh, this needs to separate." While you being messy and challenges, saying, "Houlda twerk on this one, Houlda twerk on this one." Da 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 da. Amaya's crying on the couch, and you looking at her crazy. Like you don't want nobody to breathe around you. That's like what
No.
Ace said. Ace said to Shelly. These were the words. I don't know why Shelly didn't run once he said this. "I'ma teach you how to be perfect for Ace." What are you talking about?
Wow.
I'm glad Shelly said, no. I'm glad she clapped back and said whatever she said, basically saying like, if Ace works with me, Ace works with me, but I'm not gonna change myself completely to work for you. Period. That should
Mm-hmm.
have been the biggest red flag to everyone in America. Ace wants
True.
everything to work out perfectly for him. Like
Yeah.
everybody needs to change themselves for him. He probably is that type of person, maybe, that cannot take accountability for his actions. If he has those words come out of his mouth, like, y'all need to change, it's not me. No, everybody has a moment that they know they have to change as a person. I
Well,
mean,
not him, because that is the energy he's giving. He's acting like I'm the smartest person in the room. I understand how to play this game. Y'all ought to be like me. What did he tell Iris? You're the only one who came in who looks like me, who's kind of open again to know everybody. I don't understand. He is extremely judgmental,
but the
and
thing is
I
this.
I,
Oh,
I don't
sorry.
know if I don't know if he's jealous of Jeremiah or what, because from day one he just seemed to have issue with Jeremiah.
I don't know. And then the thing is, it's like he cannot use Iris as a person that he can connect with that. Iris just came in here. She just unpacked her stuff 30 minutes ago. She just got here. Like, why? How is the only person that you can connect to is somebody that just got here, is not coupled up with anyone? It is literally her job as a bombshell to talk to multiple people. Like
Yes.
that is her job. That is her meaning of being on the show. When you're judging two people that are part of the original cast and you're judging them for making a connection, when he's like, "Oh, I'll just wait till a bombshell come in and I'll see what happens." That's literally what he's doing.
That is literally what he's doing. He's not really interested in nobody. He's not really invested in anybody. He's trying to stay on this thing as long as he can. When I saw that little video of him rapping, I said, "Boy, you're not on here trying to find no relationship at all. You are chasing clout for sure."
Not for it.
And then, so let's talk about Charlie's little speech he gave before they had to vote. Now, that's the first time I've ever seen that happen on Love Island, where
Yeah,
somebody got to plead their case.
yeah, I've never seen that. And he obviously did it himself. I feel like everybody need to plead their case. That would have made it more interesting.
Yeah, because after he played his case, I was kind of like, okay, because I honestly thought he was volunteering to go home. When he stepped up there and started talking, I said, "Oh, he must be about to volunteer to go home."
Yeah, that's
But
what I thought
no,
too.
yeah. So when he and Laura, Huda's eyes were getting red and red and red. I'm like, "Girl, what's going on?" I mean, I know you crying and stuff, but is it the lashes? Is it the
Hey,
glue from the
no, I don't think it's the lash. I think her lashes were popping though. She
her
was crying.
lashes?
She was
Go ahead,
crying
Victoria.
crazy, but her lashes were popping,
Yeah,
popping.
them eyes were red as fire though.
They were. Ooh, girl.
Those those eyes were red as fire. So I think tomorrow night too, I know she's gonna have a meltdown, of course, because of what she just went through. I know she's gonna have a meltdown because she's gonna feel betrayed by the other people on the island. Like, how could y'all vote me? Put me up there like to vote me. Y'all really were gonna try to vote me up, vote me off. How could y'all break me and Jeremiah up? Don't y'all see we love each other? It's gonna be a mess tomorrow night.
It's gonna be a hot mess. And the thing is, like Nick, bro, Nick, like Nick needs to be consciously aware of how he moves. I'm gonna
Mm.
leave a little bit of room for it. I don't know if you're just trying to save face. I don't know if you're just trying to be quote unquote a nice guy or a decent guy. But you cannot, like, as soon as Adriana announced that Iris or the US wants Iris to couple up with Jeremiah, and Huda scoots over, and Nick, you put your arm around Huda to comfort her.
He sure
You're
did.
rubbing, you're rubbing her, like you're rubbing her arm, like Huda is also having her arm across your lap. Like you can tell that they're comfortable. They're trying to stay comfortable. He's trying to make her feel better. And you're telling me the next moment you're gonna diss Huda, the girl that you were just comforting, also your good guy friends couple, or your quote unquote not really girlfriend, but you know what I
Your
mean.
best friend on the island.
Like, you really gonna do that? And then also she opened up about her kid, not saying that's something that should make her stay, but y'all had this kumbaya moment. And Jeremiah really wanted Huda to tell you, and then you go back and say, I'm a dump Huda. Like, he needs to be
Yeah, that's
consciously aware
foul.
of what he's doing. Because all
Yeah,
of this
that's
is like,
foul.
you moving like you trying to save face. I'm leaving a little bit of room for you might honestly not understand how bad it looks. But me personally, I cannot have somebody hugging up on me, trying to comfort me because I feel sad, and then the next moment you try to dump me. What like what is going on?
Oh my God. And that is so what happened. And I didn't pay attention to that. I'm glad you called that out. That you literally, this girl is melting down and you are comforting her. Like it's gonna be okay. You are her. Well, I don't know what they call each other. Maybe they're calling each other girlfriend or boyfriend, but you are the best friend of the guy she's into. You are the one she talked the most to about her being a mom, and you telling her you're a sperm donor and all of that. And yeah, and she got up there and you said, I'm voting for her to go home.
Like, and the thing is this too, when he was talking, it was very much like, I'm gonna prove my point now. And I was like, I was thinking in the back of my head while I was watching it. I was like, he's saying this. I feel like he's saying this because he is certain that Hood is going to leave this island,
Mm,
and he doesn't have to back it up. Because I was like, Nick does not talk like this.
mm.
Nick is that type of dude. I feel like on this island that he's very much easygoing. He tries to be real, but I feel like he doesn't take anything too serious. That is the one time that I've seen him so serious and so direct that I'm like, you just had a conversation with Jeremiah saying, "Don't tell her I said that." So now you're spilling all this stuff that will obviously make her mad. You definitely thought Huda was gonna go.
He
He
thought she
de-
was going home.
he
He that's
definitely thought that.
Yeah, and that's why he was willing to be so messy because he thought she was going home because normally he's not straight up like that.
Yeah, he is not straight up at all.
And see, if I was Huda, he couldn't smile in my face no more. Do
Couldn't.
not smile in my face at all.
Mm-mm. This is like what's his name, Kendall and
Mm,
Serena last
mhm.
season.
Oh yeah.
Shoot, this might be worse. I don't know. This is good.
And
I
look, and
don't.
we got all this going on even before they split up and go to the separate islands.
I
And
can't
and
even
then
imagine what Casa Moore gonna look like.
it's gonna be a hot mess. It's gonna be a hot mess. And now let's talk about Amaya's decision.
Mm.
Amaya's decision to send Charlie home. Now let's talk about that dynamic because she up on the TV tonight crying, talking about Hannah's her best friend. Now, if Hannah's your best friend and Hannah's into Charlie, how do you send Charlie home?
How do you send Charlie home? Like, I'm trying to make it make sense because I feel like Amaya. I feel like she made that decision trying to not have ill intent. Like, Ace had ill intent, but I don't know if it was like maybe she thought in her head, if he can just switch up like that so quick and wanted to talk to your best friend, he doesn't need to talk to you to begin with.
So
Like,
then she was lying when she said, I felt like he was just having a knee jerk reaction and he was like spiraling. Or it could be that she thought, well, he crossed the line that he shouldn't have crossed.
but then also the conversation that Amaya was having with Hannah versus the conversation that Amaya was having with Charlie, I felt like there were two completely different conversations.
Okay,
Like,
tell me.
I felt like, okay, yes, Charlie obviously said he wants to explore. She got that right. But I think Charlie was obviously doing that because he sees that Hannah is opening up with Pepe. And I mean, me personally, if I see my partner is opening up with somebody else and I feel like I have a chance to at least have a connection just in case, wouldn't you do that?
Yeah.
I mean, you don't want to get kicked off, and if your partner can easily leave you for a new bombshell coming in, you want to have the opportunity to connect with somebody else.
That's true.
Kind of just save yourself a little bit. So I felt like there was nothing wrong with what he was doing, especially how Hannah was moving at the time when he basically said, "Oh, I don't care. She's probably making out with him upstairs." Then, literally 3 minutes later, now they're making out.
You know,
So,
it's interesting too with this show and the concept of time, because Amaya's up there crying, looking all traumatic and stuff, and traumatic and dramatic, and saying, "Well, that's my best friend. I came in here with her." You know, we are talking about days.
mhm.
This is not like this been your road dog, your ride or die. This been your best friend for the past 5 years. Now we're talking about days.
Yeah, I leave a little bit of room. I feel like Love Island, or I wouldn't really connect with Big Brother because Big Brother, that's a long time. But Love Island, I think, is that type, like, you're basically spending your whole summer, if you stay there for a long time, a pretty much a whole summer, a good chunk of your summer with these people. You have no connection with your family. You have no connection with the outside world. You have no connection with your friends. So the connections that you make inside the villa, I could understand how it could chemically change somebody's brain that you get attached to someone.
And
Like,
you
this
think
is
it
this.
could accelerate that fast?
I think so. I'll say this. Let's take Shelly and Orlando. They just met a couple days ago.
Mm.
I mean, they haven't known each other for a long time, but I could sense that there is some type of loyalty there. Like, if Orlandria, or not Orlandria, if Shelly voted Taylor, or wanted to vote Taylor off, people gonna be like, "What the frick is she doing?" Like, these are the girls, these are the two black queens coming together, yada yada yada. People would look at Shelly crazy because she's doing that, because you can tell that they have some type of stronger connection in this villa compared
That's
to other
true.
people. So Amaya and Hannah, especially with both of them coming in at the same exact time, they experience riding down together. They experience not sleeping in anybody's bed together. They were the first people that probably had time before they came in to actually talk with each other for a little bit. So it's like, I could understand how you have a different connection, or they have a different connection with themselves rather than with the other girls, because you entered the experience with each other. I could 100% understand that. Now, I could also understand people like boohoo crying though, but like, there is a lot of stuff happening. There are different people. I was thinking throughout watching it that Amaya might be an empath because she cries a lot, but it makes sense why it makes sense why she's crying in the moment. It
Yeah.
just it just kind of goes past that line of you boohoo crying, but I could understand it though. So the whole friendship thing, like, it's a tricky situation because you are isolated on this island with these people and you can't even talk to your family or friends.
Okay, but why? Okay, okay. So I'll give you that. But why send Charlie home if Hannah's your girl like that, and you
I
know
don't
that's
know.
who she's into?
I don't
And
know.
Hannah just sat up there and told you, I don't know what in the hell I was thinking, messing around with this other dude. It's kind of like showing how I have a bad track record of messing around with people of, where I know it's not going to go anywhere. It's physical, but it's no substance or nothing to it. And Charlie is the one that I need to be with. And I've come to that realization. You're telling that to your quote unquote best friend, and your best friend then sends that man home.
I don't know. She got a lot of explaining to do because nothing's making sense. Because Amaya, like, she I feel like she doesn't have a bad track record besides that one moment that she was looking a tad bit crazy, just a tad bit. But like, at the end of the day, she seems like a sweet girl. So I just can't, like I said, I'm trying to make it make sense in my brain, but nothing's making sense at the moment.
Well, Maya seemed a little crazy too, though.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, as in with the girls, besides with Shelly. That's why I was saying that one moment that she was like, I don't know what's going on. But like, she ain't never had no ill intent towards Hannah. So I'm like, the next episode, she got a lot of explaining to do because I don't understand.
Well, I can't wait to see how she explains it to Hannah. And another thing, when they showed the preview for tomorrow night, now look, Hannah had a breakdown. Now see, I know you've already told me to accept that they're in this type of situation. They're the only people they're seeing, so everything gets accelerated. But okay, you about to go into convulsions. You about to go into convulsions crying that Charlie going home. And then tomorrow night you're gonna be sleeping, you're gonna be up there crying beside this picture.
All I gotta say is Hannah messed up. That Hannah, that was probably the biggest fumble I have ever seen on Love Island. I'm not even gonna.
Yeah.
Well, no, actually, let me take it back. Them three dudes bringing back them girls for that brief moment last season. That was the
Mm,
biggest couple. But it's like Hannah could have completely changed that situation if she just didn't kiss Pepe.
that's
If
true.
she literally just did not kiss him, people would have put him with Sierra because, mind you, it's fresh off of Nick not telling Sierra about Bella and him kissing. And people are still mad about that on social media. So they
Mm,
would have easily broke up that couple if she just did not kiss him. And girl was hyperventilating on that screen. You could tell, ain't nothing on that screen telling me that junk fake. Girl's
that's
hyperventilating.
true.
So it's like, you girl, if you don't know you messed up now, you you hyperventilating, girl. I don't know what to tell you.
Well, and it's just like she could have voted for Taylor, and then it would have been a tie, three-way tie. And I know this show would have had some kind of way they were going to break that tie, but it
Mhm.
would have been a three-way tie. If I were a Maya, that's what I would have done.
Yeah.
I would have voted for Taylor because then I would have been like, look, I love all y'all. I'm an empath. I'm up here crying. Don't y'all see? And like, okay, so I'm going to vote for Taylor. Taylor, I love you, but I'm going to vote for you because that causes a three-way tie. And now it's just up to whomever, but
Yeah.
it would have, and I don't know what they would have done. I don't know if they would have had all of them now collectively decide who goes home or what. But I think that would, and if I was Hannah, of course I would have accepted that more if you caused a three-way tie instead of you sent Charlie home. And when I've told you that this is the one I want to be with,
Yeah,
and
no.
you're claiming to be my best friend.
Yeah, no. No, 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 no. This is
So
messy.
say that again.
So this is messy.
Oh yeah, it's good and messy. And let me tell you something. Huda is a spitfire. It's about to go down up in that house.
This show is. It's about to go down. Some I pray for everybody in that house. It's either she's gonna run off and just cry, which I mean we got a little preview of that, or she about to lash the frick out. Me personally, if I was in her shoes, I'd lash out. I ain't even gonna lie. Cause how you
Hmm.
gonna be how you how, ma I can't do this because it's just like why is Ace so messy? Why is he doing this? Why is he putting these people in this situation? Why can't Huda and Jeremiah just be not delusional, but so just love struck for each other and just move the frick on?
And if they're going to implode, let them implode on their own.
That part. Don't force the implosion. Who the frick want to do that?
Right. Don't enforce it because quite frankly, I see negative shit with Huda, but I also see negative shit with Jeremiah.
Yeah, because like we said in the earlier live, based off of what was it? What based off of what was shown in the beginning of the relationship, Jeremiah definitely was love bombing, definitely attached a little too quick at the very beginning. But throughout the whole thing, there was really nothing crazy that Jeremiah was doing that was standing out differently from the other dudes besides not talking to other girls.
Right.
So it's one of those things. It's like this. I saw something. This is nothing with Love Island, but it was something like on my TikTok, if you're going to get in a relationship or you're going to go through a talking stage with someone, it's good to not go through that stage at the very beginning. Like, yes, there's puppy love, whatever, but puppy love, that's when you're officially a couple. But there is that stage that you're talking 24/7.
Hmm.
But you give that one day that someone is not communicating as much as they did, it throws the whole dynamic off.
Yeah, because you're used to it.
Exactly. So Huda, even though she got her little moments, some of her moments were valid because you've given your all, this, and that, giving your all, giving your all, giving your all. You're making it known to her, oh no, I don't want to explore anyone else, don't want to explore anyone else. Then a bombshell comes in or there's a challenge, I forgot what it was. And then she hears the words, yeah, I'm still open to explore other people. I can't imagine her taking that lightly just because of how like love bomb she was.
Well, and don't forget, Huda just told all of us that they just had sex.
Yeah, that's another thing too. Like, oh my lord, oh my lord.
So when she said, "What the f?" I felt that in my soul. I felt that in my soul. I'm like, girl, I know. As crazy as I may think you, I think you're a little bit off, but I think Jeremiah a little bit off too. But I understand. And think about, like you said, the bubble they're in on this show, and they're probably like, well, why would America look at us and say we shouldn't be together? She's probably thinking, and Jeremiah might be thinking this too. Why would America look at us and think we shouldn't be together when you look at all the other couples who are not even really couples?
That part. That would I no matter how people feel about them, I could completely understand. However the frick they about to crash out, it is a reasonable crash out. It is
Yeah.
100% reasonable.
Yeah. And I think from how what we saw what's going to happen tomorrow night, if it goes the way it looked, I think this is just going to make Jeremiah and Huda like get closer.
Yeah. I think realistically what need to happen. This would need to happen. Okay. If I was the producers, I'd tell them to do this. Okay. Iris, Jeremiah, y'all coupled up, but this junk ain't gonna work. Okay, Jeremiah Hoodie, y'all still gonna talk, y'all still gonna kiki ka. Jeremiah, you need to tell Iris right now, you ain't messing with her. You a nice girl. You know, we could be brother, sister, but that's all it's gonna be. Iris, you better go talk over to Ace. That's what you better do.
Yep.
Ace is still single. I mean,
Yep.
it's in your hands. Just go ahead and do it.
And then
Just do
that's something after all of this and all of this mess, Ace is Ace single or is Ace with Amaya?
well, Ace is with Amaya, but he's basically single.
Yeah, agreed. 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 And what Huda and Jeremiah should do, if the producers allow it, is they need to get their cover and go sleep outside.
That oh
Tell Ace he can go inside and have their bed.
that ma. That eats right there. I'm not even gonna lie, because
Mhm.
that like what is it called? The Hideaway?
The
Or the
hideaway.
is it the hide? No, it's not. It's not the Hideaway. They can't go in there. It's what
What
is
is
it
it?
called? It's not the Speakeasy, but it's
Mm-mm.
the
What
dang.
is it? What is it called? I can't think of what it's called.
I can't remember, but they need to go right up in there.
Whatever it's called, Ace needs to get his cover and his pillows and go over there and Jeremiah and Huda's bed, and he could be over there with Iris, and Jeremiah and Huda should go sleep outside. If I were
Yeah,
them, I'd be defiant. I would be defiant. I'd be like, first of all, who the f are y'all to tell us that we ain't gonna be together?
that part. Who
If
the heck?
like I said, if the producers would allow it, I would do it.
Mm-hmm.
I
They
would
should
do it.
allow it.
Yeah. Now, girl, if we go on this next night or two and Jeremiah start acting like, well, I'm kind of glad this happened because I would have never. Iris is really kind of I
I'm
think
turning
this.
off. I'm turning off TV. I'm not watching that. I'm not watching that. Yeah, you think I like for the people watching this? Obviously, you can tell I'm very animated about this. If that happens, I'm telling you right now, I'm turning that junk off. I'm not watching it.
So you're saying if Jeremiah starts acting like he like Iris, you out?
Yes, because it's like no, or at least don't make it seem like you like her so quick. That's what it is. Like, don't like the next day we see y'all Kiki Khan like, oh, Iris is actually so nice, and like you're not even talking to Huda at all,
No,
at all.
girl. And
Like,
the thing is, we don't know how it's gonna go.
oh my lord, Love Island
We don't
shit.
know how it's gonna go because can't you see? Can't you see? Jeremiah's all mad right now. He's cussing Ace out. We all applaud that. Cuss his ass out.
That's
Okay. But
please.
then Jeremiah's like, I don't know. It's something I really like about Iris. I still care about Huda, but Iris is just kind of different. And I kind of like her.
Iris is a nice girl, but no, no, you ain't gonna fall that easy. Give it a couple of, give it about 5 episodes, then okay. But there's gonna be some type of conversation. That's all I know.
So you're saying if he does that within the next 2 nights or 3 nights, you gonna stop watching the show?
I'm gonna stop watching that specific episode for a little second. I'll hop back onto the show, but that specific episode, I will not be finishing that episode that night. I
You
will
gonna
have
cut TV off?
yes, I'm turning it off. The famous words of Kendrick. I'm not doing that no more.
I don't think you'll be by yourself. I think a lot of people will be like, wait a minute, now I'm getting whiplash now. This is a little fast.
Yeah, like what? Y'all talking you fast to get in a relationship, you fast to get out? God dog. What's going
Yeah.
on?
And you know,
I don't wanna make it seem like Ace is right. That's another thing.
that's
Ace
what I
cannot
was
be
just
right.
getting ready to say. If he does that, if Jeremiah starts falling for Iris, Nick gonna be like, see, bro, I told you. And not Nick. Ace is gonna be like that, but Nick is gonna be like that too. Like
Mhm.
we knew, see, we did what was in your best interest. We were just looking out for you.
Yeah, no. They about to piss me off.
Okay, last thing, unless you have something else. What's the status of Taylor now with all this?
Um, Taylor need to fight. Like this is one of them things. Like the biggest comeback ever. He's gonna have to have the biggest comeback ever. He's gonna have to fight so hard, so hard, and be so affectionate with Orlando or Orlandria if he wants to stay on this island. Or maybe there's a bombshell. You already know they're gonna be tested with some type of bombshell gonna come up in that villa before somebody get kicked off again. But
True.
it's just like if you let's say if you're not phased by the bombshell, you need to fight hard. You need to ask all the dudes for advice besides Ace and besides Nick. Everyone else, you need to talk to them and ask for advice. But he just need to fight. He just need to fight.
And if that guy, Jalen, who's with Olandria now she said she's opposed to like being too touchy feely too soon. We about to see.
Mm.
We're about to see because I don't know. I'm not really feeling Jalen. Now, when he first came in, I thought, oh, okay, Taylor, you about to be out because he's a Southern country boy. You know, he don't look like he gonna be tiptoeing around Olandria, and they acting Taylor and Olandria acting like they're cousins or something. And so I'm just like, oh yeah, he about to take you out the game. But he's not. He's not like all that. I mean, he's not. I think Taylor could still win this thing.
Yeah, I think so too. I think he can easily put himself back in there. He's just gonna have to give Olandria that validation that he likes her. And it's
Yeah,
not I don't think it really falls into that category of what did Hannah say? Or not Hannah, what Shelly said to Austin, like I don't want to validate you to make you feel like what did she say? Or give you continuous validation, which I understand when people say that because that could be draining at some points.
hmm,
But Taylor, besides the kiss and besides him touching up on her in bed after the bombshell came in, like you said, it's just giving cousins. Like he's not really showing that he really likes her. Even like when they sit on the couch, besides this episode, they were actually on each other today.
that's
But
true.
the past couple of episodes, like y'all sitting like y'all having a freaking board meeting. What's going on?
That's true. That's true. We really weren't seeing anything, and I don't know. Maybe this coupling with Jalen and Olandria, maybe it's the thing to finally get whatever. If something's gonna get going, this might do it.
Yeah.
This might do it. We'll have to see. All right. So I promised I wasn't gonna hold you long. Thank you for jumping on with me to talk about what's happening. For anybody watching this video, please give us a thumbs up and drop a comment. If you're not a subscriber already, please consider subscribing to the channel. We appreciate your support. Any final words about how you feel about tonight?
Um, I think tonight solidified how much I really just don't like Ace on this show. I need him to go. I have nothing against him in the outside world. In this show, he don't belong though. I need him to go. I need him to go. Jeremiah and Huda, like I understand how they could frustrate people online. I went through a phase too. Like Huda's doing a little too much. Okay. But I don't want y'all to go that easy. There needs to be some type of fight, some type of something towards it. Like I want them to last. I want them to work just because they've given so much energy towards that relationship.
That's true. You would. And thank you to Missy Jazz for leaving a comment for us. We appreciate it. Thank you so much. And thank you for watching the video. But yeah, I'm with you. I in the beginning I was like Jeremiah, you in love already now. The girl just kissed you, you in love. What's going on with you? And then she started acting too, too demanding and cussing everybody out who comes into the villa, calling them a B word. I'm like, whoo, that's a lot early on. But now I am feeling a little bit like I kind of want to defend them, and I wasn't expecting that. It's
Hmm.
almost like I don't know if it's kind of like I don't like how Ace is doing things. I think he's nasty and shady towards Jeremiah, and he cares too much about whatever they got going on. I think Nick is also a F boy who likes to try to package it up like he's a good boy with a smile and all that kind of crap. Where he's just as much of a F boy as Ace. I put them in the same boat. So I think with me looking at that, it's now made me kind of feel like more almost protective of Jeremiah and Huda. Like, if that shit gonna implode, let it implode because they imploded it. Like,
Yeah,
who are y'all to put them in a messed up situation when y'all don't even have nothing real going on?
exactly. Like, why are y'all speaking? Sit down.
Yeah, yeah. So, girl, it's gonna be some of these next few nights are gonna be something else.
It sure is.
And I can't out of all of the people who were recouple, I don't know. All these other couples to me is much ado about nothing. Shelly and Austin, I don't okay, whatever. Sierra and Nick, okay, whatever. Amaya and Ace, okay, whatever. So I mean, so the real show right now is going to be about seeing what's going to happen now with the Huda and Jeremiah situation. It's I don't know, but I told you you had the last word, and here I go talking again.
Mm.
So I'm just gonna ditto down on what you said. Ace needs to go.
Yeah,
Ace needs to go because Ace is not here for nobody but himself.
exactly.
All right. So one more time, thank y'all so much for checking in. Thank y'all so much for joining us tonight. Um, I would like to do more of these videos if I can get Cam to do these with me after the episodes. That would be great. But anyway, thank y'all for joining us tonight. We appreciate it. And until the next time, bye y'all.